Have you ever pondered over the fate of our planet when the sun expands and swallows the Earth? It's a thought that might keep you up at night, teetering on the edge of science fiction and reality, yet it's a future that's written in the stars, a part of our sun's life cycle that's as inevitable as the rising of the sun itself. In the grand cosmic ballet, our sun is a middle-aged star, its life ticking away second by second for approximately 5 billion years now. But there's a phase in the sun's life cycle where it will expand, becoming a red giant star. This event, though billions of years away, will drastically alter the face of our solar system. Imagine our sun, the giver of life, transforming into a cosmic monster, consuming the inner planets, potentially including Earth. A chilling prospect, isn't it? But what exactly happens when a star like our sun reaches the end of its life cycle? To understand the fate of our planet, we need to delve into the life cycle of a star, particularly a star like our sun. Our cosmic journey begins in the cold, dark expanse of a nebula. Here, a swirling cloud of dust and gas coalesces under the pull of gravity, eventually forming a protostar. This is the birth of a new star, its life sparked by the crushing forces of gravity. As the protostar grows denser, the pressure and temperature at its core rise, triggering nuclear fusion. This is the moment the star truly comes alive, as hydrogen atoms collide to form helium, releasing energy in the process. This stage, known as the main sequence, is where our sun currently resides. But even stars can't escape the ravages of time. As they exhaust their supply of hydrogen, the balance between gravity and the outward pressure from fusion shifts. The core contracts while the outer layers expand and cool, transforming the star into a red giant. In the case of our sun, it will become so large that it may swallow the Earth whole. The red giant phase is a spectacle of cosmic proportions, but it's only a brief moment in the star's life. Eventually, the star will shed its outer layers, leaving behind a hot, dense core, a white dwarf. This is the final resting place of a star. Over billions of years, the white dwarf will cool and fade into the cosmic backdrop, its once vibrant light reduced to a mere flicker. This is the life cycle of a star, a tale of birth, growth, and death penned by the laws of physics. But remember, each stage is a chapter in a grand cosmic story, and the length of these chapters can stretch over billions of years. Now that we've grasped the life cycle of a star, let's plunge into the timeline of these events. The timeline of these cosmic events is truly mind-boggling. Let's take a step back, or rather a leap forward, into the far-flung future. We're talking billions of years from now, 5 billion to be exact. That's when the sun, our life-sustaining star, will begin to run low on its hydrogen fuel. This isn't a sudden process, mind you, but a gradual shift over millions of years. As the sun depletes its hydrogen, it will start to burn helium, causing it to expand. Now imagine the sun growing larger and brighter in our sky. Over time, it will engulf Mercury, then Venus, but it won't stop there, no. It continues its relentless expansion until it reaches Earth. This fiery fate awaits our planet in approximately 7.5 billion years from now, but that's not the end of the timeline. As the sun swells into a red giant, its outer layers will be cast off into space, forming a planetary nebula. This will leave behind a small, dense core known as a white dwarf. The remnants of our solar system will orbit this white dwarf, a shadow of the vibrant system it once was. Even then, the timeline continues. Over billions of years, the white dwarf will cool and fade, becoming a black dwarf. This is the final stage of a star's life, a quiet, dark end to a once bright existence. From our current viewpoint, these events seem so distant, so unimaginable. But in the grand scheme of the universe, they are simply a part of the cosmic cycle. Stars are born, they live and they die, each at their own pace and in their own unique way. Understanding this timeline puts into perspective our fleeting existence in the cosmic scale. So, what will be the fate of our home planet once the sun expands? Well, the science community has been speculating about this for a long time. The truth is, we can't exactly predict the future, but we have some pretty educated guesses based on our understanding of the universe. The first scenario, and perhaps the most dramatic one, is that the Earth will be swallowed by the sun. As the sun exhausts its nuclear fuel, it will expand into a red giant. In its red giant phase, the sun will be hundreds of times larger, than it is now. If the Earth happens to be in the path of this expansion, it could be engulfed by the sun's outer layers. This would bring a fiery and abrupt end to our planet. However, there's another possibility that's equally intriguing. As the sun loses mass during its red giant phase, the gravitational pull it exerts on the Earth will weaken. This could cause the Earth's orbit to widen, potentially saving it from being devoured by the sun. But before you breathe a sigh of relief, remember that even if the Earth escapes being swallowed, it will still be subjected to intense heat and radiation from the sun. This would boil our oceans and strip away our atmosphere, rendering the planet uninhabitable. Some scientists even suggest a third scenario, where the Earth's orbit could be altered by the gravitational influences of other planets in our solar system, particularly Jupiter. This could potentially fling the Earth out into the cold depths of space, or even into a collision course with another planet. Regardless of the exact scenario, it's clear that the Earth's future is tied to the life cycle of the sun. And while these events are billions of years in the future, they serve as a reminder of the impermanence of our existence. Regardless of the exact scenario, life as we know it on Earth will come to an end. After the sun swallows the Earth, what comes next? One might find themselves pondering over this question. The fate of our solar system post this catastrophic event is as fascinating as it is terrifying. Once our sun has expanded into a red giant, consumed the Earth, and eventually contracted into a white dwarf, its reign as the heart of our solar system will effectively come to an end. The once mighty sun, now a white dwarf, will be a mere shadow of its former self, its brilliance reduced to a faint glow. But what of the planets that survived this cosmic spectacle? Planets such as Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune may continue to orbit around this white dwarf. However, their orbits will be significantly altered due to the sun's loss of mass during its transformation. This could result in new, unpredictable trajectories, potentially leading to collisions or ejections from the solar system. The solar system as we know it will cease to exist. However, it won't mark an end, rather a new beginning. The remnants of the sun, along with the surviving planets, could form a new type of planetary system around the white dwarf. These systems, known as white dwarf planetary systems, are a subject of keen interest in the field of astrophysics today. Over an unimaginably long time scale, the white dwarf will continue to cool and fade. Eventually, it will become a black dwarf, a cold, dark, and inert stellar corpse. This will be the final state of our sun, marking the definitive end of its existence. But even amidst this apparent desolation, life may find a way. There are theories suggesting that under certain conditions, life could potentially develop on planets orbiting a white dwarf. So even in the face of such drastic changes, the possibility of life persists. While this event is billions of years away, it serves as a reminder of our place in the universe. We are but tiny specks in the grand cosmic scheme, passengers on a blue dot, journeying through the cosmos, bound by the life and death of our star. In our journey today, we've explored the life cycle of a star and the eventual fate of our planet. We've unraveled that stars, including our sun, undergo a process of birth, growth, and death, much like living organisms. The sun, currently in its middle age, will eventually swell into a red giant, engulfing the inner planets, including Earth. We've also delved into the timeline of these cosmic events. We've learned that these transformations will occur over billions of years, a timescale beyond human comprehension. The sun's metamorphosis and the subsequent changes in our solar system will not occur for another 5 billion years or so. Finally, we've contemplated the future of Earth and its denizens in the face of such cataclysmic changes. While the prospect might seem daunting, it's important to remember that this is a natural process in the universe's grand scheme. While the sun's expansion is an inevitable event, it's billions of years away. For now, let's continue exploring and appreciating our beautiful blue planet.